Hello gamers, it's Tom Sidener, the Lonely Gamer, and today I have a special guest with me. I have my son Newt here today because we are going to do an unboxing video of the new board game Dark Souls, the board game, and my son Newt here, he loves Dark Souls. It's his favorite game. Tell us a little bit about Dark Souls.
Okay, so I've been a fan of Dark Souls for about 3 years now, and when I first got into them, I found out very quickly that you die a lot, and you have to get used to it. And that is one of the main goals of the game, is to get through the game and, I guess, achieve victory through perseverance and
not dying.
Yes, and not dying.
Okay.
But you will die.
So, I don't know that much about Dark Souls because I don't play the games, but I do play board games, and I'm very excited about this game. So we're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to tell you what I think about the components, and Newt is going to tell you what he thinks about the correlation between this game and the actual video game. So, first of all, let's take a look at the box. Look at the box. It's a beautiful box. It's got some beautiful artwork on here. It's a huge box. Look at it. It's probably, 4 or 5 inches thick here, and it's probably close to 10 by 10,
yeah.
Would you say? So it's a big box. So let's break this open and see what's inside. So the first thing I want to note is the box is in really good shape. So Steamforged Games, who is the manufacturer of this game, did a really good job of packing it and making sure that it got to us in pristine condition. It looks really nice. I do want to note that this is the first shipment from Steamforged Games, and there's going to be another shipment of all the stretch goals and the expansions and everything. So we just have the base game here, and that's all we're going to be looking at today. Let's take the cover off and see what's inside. Alright, so the first thing we see is this nice little thing that says, "You died." So
it presents themselves.
So this is what you're, this is what you're going to get to look forward to in this game, dying a lot.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see what else we got here. Well, it looks like we've got some cubes. We've got a bag full of cubes. We've got red cubes, black cubes, and white cubes. I know that the black cubes are stamina, and the red cubes, I think, are your damage. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure what the white cubes are for, but nice bag of wooden cubes, and they look like they're in pretty good shape. We've also got a little tray here that has some cards. Looks like it's got some British type cards in there. I'm not sure what those are for, but let's crack this open and we'll see what else is in here. So, okay, so here we go. We've got this nice little tray of stuff here. Looks like we've got some equipment cards. There's a claymore. Yep,
that's one of my favorite weapons from the first game.
So you can see that. That's a claymore, and probably should turn it upside down. So you can see there it's a claymore, and
it's a great sword.
Yep. And looks like this is just a pack of equipment cards. Looks like this is some monster cards. It says Ghostly Keep on there, so looks like there's a pack of monster cards here. And then we've got some more monster cards. This guy is the Leaping Frost. So, I don't know if you can see that okay, but that's the Leaping Frost. Tell us a little bit about Leaping Frost, Newt.
Well, I believe I actually was able to circumvent this enemy and not have to fight him. And he was a complete, I think somehow I missed him. So I never encountered him, but he looks like the enemy that a lot of the big time YouTubers were going and fighting the Watcher of the Abyss, or yeah, I think that's her name, and they were fighting this they could also fight this frost creature, which is looks pretty much exactly like the enemy in the game.
We've also got the backhands, slashes. Oh, these must be the bosses, because these are the different tactics. So Leaping Frost is a tactic for this guy. So do you recognize that guy?
Yeah, I do. I don't think I ever
fought him.
Let me see. Yeah, he looks familiar.
So these are tactic cards. These are actual tactic cards for the different different creatures, and we'll kind of look at them when we actually crack open the creatures. I don't know what we have here. A little British symbol. See what's in this. Okay, so in this pack, it looks like we've got some monster cards. We've got the Dancer of the Boreal Valley.
That's the one. That's the...
Yeah.
That's the enemy I was trying to think of, the boss, the Dancer of the Boreal Valley.
Dragon Slayer, what's that?
Ornstein. Yeah.
Executioner, Smog. So these are, looks like all the different cards for the different monsters, and then also looks like some more tactic cards in there. Cool. What we got here? Looks like we've got some more equipment card. Sanitaire Spear is in here. So it looks like another thing of equipment card, and then we have another British flag card. I think these are just cards to kind of cover them up and actually show that this was made in Britain. So anyway, cool. That's all well and good. Let's see what's in the rest of the box. What we've got here. We'll move some of the stuff off to the side.
Hopefully some figures.
I think we got some figures, and I think you're going to be pretty impressed by the figures. So
sweet.
Let's see what we got here. Let's open this. A big box here. So let's see what we got in this big box here. So move some of this stuff off screen.
Look at the Titanite Demon.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. What do you think there, Newt?
I think that they did a pretty good job.
Okay, so let's go through these and we'll kind of show them, and Newt will tell us who they are. So what do we got? What do we got here? The guy with the big hammer. What do we got here?
Let's see. That is Smo, the Executioner Smo, who you fight in Dark Souls 1. But I'm glad they put that boss in here, because they're definitely they live on through the Dark Souls series saga. They deserve a spot. Ornstein and Smo, and that's a really hard boss. Two of them. Two of the hard bosses.
And who do we got here?
That is a Titanite Demon that you encounter in the first game also. Most of the time you'll encounter them first whenever you meet the blacksmith Artorias. That's not right. I can't remember his name.
Is the blacksmith the guy who lets you get equipment and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you meet him right outside of the lair.
And who do we have here? This guy looks pretty ominous.
He's one of the Belfry Gargoyles.
Ooh, a Belfry Gargoyle.
And you fight them on the...
He looks pretty mean. Let me get a...
cathedral rooftop.
Here.
Church rooftop.
Okay.
So...
And then what about this guy? This guy looks like a main guy.
Let's see. Yeah, that would be that Dancer of the Boreal Valley. I failed at naming earlier. So that's that guy, and he's in the Dark Souls 3. He's one of your Dark Souls 3 characters, bosses.
And what do we got here? This guy looks like he's got a big old axe here.
Yeah, I think he was in Dark Souls 2. I think that's the Dragon Slayer, or the...
We'll hold him up to the camera.
Dragon Slayer Ornstein, but he's Dragon Rider, I think. It's been a while since I've put these games in and played them, so...
Alright, and last but not least in here, what do we got? Who do we got here?
That is that Frost Leaper, Leaping Frost guy. That's the guy that I missed. I never actually got to fight in Dark Souls 3.
Well, you'll have to go back and play it again.
I think I fell down an elevator shaft or something. There was an elevator, and I think I missed him, and I never did encounter that guy in my game, so...
Alright.
Unknown to me.
So we got a big pack of characters here. Yep. Let's see if we got some smaller characters. So let's move. I'm going to move some of these over to the side.
Okay.
And I'm going to actually move the box out of the frame so we can kind of keep... we'll keep these big guys over in front of you so they can kind of protect you from any kind of
bad comments.
Bad comments. They'll fight against bad comments against Newt. So we also have another box here, which I'm assuming is more figures. So let's see what we got in here. So far I haven't seen a manual, but that must be on the bottom or something. So in here,
this is Dark Souls. You don't get a manual.
Oh, no manual for Dark Souls. So you have to know what you're doing. So we got some dice. These look like combat dice, and it looks like we have some black and orange combat dice. I'm going to put them out on the table here. Looks like the black have ones on 3 faces, 2s on 2 faces, and a blank. And then our oranges look like they're more powerful. They've got 2 on 2 faces, 4 on 1 face, 3 on 2 faces, and
damage on those.
Looks like that's it. 2s, 3s, and and a 1 on one face. So there you go. So there's our combat dice, it looks like. And then we've got some more guys here, and Newt's going to kind of tell us who these guys are. So what do we got here? These guys are the same. We got a couple...
Yeah, those are the, like, the armored giants that you meet in Dark Souls 2. In, Heinz Tower of Flame.
Okay, looks like we've got some, like, might be ghouls or skeletons here.
Yeah.
What do you think these are, Newt?
Yeah, those are draglings, or yeah, draglings that are in the game.
Okay, those
You can
are
try
pretty cool.
They're usually beginning enemies.
What about this guy? This guy
That is Ornstein.
This is Ornstein. Dragon Slayer Ornstein?
Dragon Slayer Ornstein. Yep, it looks like him. He doesn't look as big as his companion over there, Smo, but
so him and Smo go together, huh?
Yeah, he's not really as
Well,
big. He's
we'll
just
put him.
he's about as fat. He's a lot faster than him.
We'll put him next to Smo. Look at these guys. These guys look pretty ominous. They've got some bows and...
Those are either the Silver Knights or the Black Knights. I think. Let me see.
Okay, take one. I'll hold them up so people can see them. They'll shoot each other.
Yeah, I think these are Silver Knights.
I'll put them up to the camera. There you go.
So,
Silver Knights.
or Black Knights. Black Knights would probably have a big great sword.
Okay. And what else do we got here? Underneath here we got more dice. So we got some more combat dice. And in this one we have blue and green. I'm going to assume that these green are like dodge dice. It looks like they have a dodge thing on them. They've got some blank spaces and then the dodge on them. And then these are more combat dice, and these look like they might be in the middle of the black and orange, because it looks like this has a 3 on it, which the black does not have. And it's got a 1 and a couple 2s. Actually, it's got 2 1s, 2 2s, and it looks like maybe 1 3. So
that's nice.
More combat dice. And then we've got what looks like to be some actual characters here. So do any of these characters look familiar to you? This is
It looks like the warrior
okay.
class style.
My warrior was out of the plastic a little bit, so his axe looks to be a little flipped up. But this is the class warrior, Newt thinks.
Warrior, yep.
And so there he is.
Should be.
And then what do we got here?
Let's see.
We got this guy.
It looks like the thief. It looks like it's kind of hard for me to tell.
He's got a little buckler and a sword here.
Yeah.
Hold him up so you can see him.
I think that's the thief.
So we think that's the thief. And then what do we got here? This guy's got a long spear.
I think it's the paladin.
Paladin, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly the paladin. Okay. And then we've got this guy here. It's just like a warrior.
That's a knight.
Oh, this is the knight.
The knight, yep.
He's got a little bit of a bent sword too, but nothing a little bit of hot water can't fix. And that's to be expected. These are kind of a soft plastic. They're not a really hard plastic, which is kind of nice. So you can bend stuff and it doesn't break. It's kind of nice. Then we got a whole slew of these guys. I think there's 3 of them. What are these guys?
I can't see them. Oh, those look just
like skeletons.
Like skeletons.
Yeah, like skeletons. These look like skeletons, armored skeletons. So pull one out of there if you want. Put them up here in the front. They've got a nice pose to them. All of these figures have a really nice pose to them. These guys have crossbow. Are they crossbow skeletons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are.
About the same.
These are crossbow skeletons. You can see they've kind of got a crossbow and a skull face. We'll put them out there. And then last but not least, we got these guys. And I've actually seen Newt fighting these guys before, but I'm not sure exactly what they are. They're some kind of a dead knight or something like that, like a doom knight.
These are the Black Knights, okay?
Black Knights, okay. There's 3 of those.
These are the Black Knights.
And they look pretty
They
good.
are pretty mean.
And
They're fun to fight.
Newt likes to fight them because he likes to die.
No, I don't die. What wouldn't do that?
I think everybody in Dark Souls dies.
There
There you go. So that's
speedrunners.
That's the end of that box. And let's see what else we've got. We'll leave the box and the Steamforged logo here just to kind of promote the game. Alright, the next thing we've got is a manual. This looks pretty good. It's got several pages. It's got some color pictures. I don't know how good this manual is. I've heard rumors that it's not very good, but we have just opened this, so we don't know. Hopefully, Newt and I will read these instructions and we'll actually play a game, and we'll try to play it on video so that you guys can watch us. But so far, it looks like a pretty manual, so we'll have to figure out how well it's done. A lot of these Kickstarters have really crappy manuals. That seems to be a common thing for these games, so it'll be interesting to see how this does. It does have a quick reference guide on the back. I'll put it up here so you guys can see it, but it looks like the quick reference guide has a lot of the information that you might need to know in the game. So it's the manual. We'll stick that up on top of here. Next thing we've got are some boards for the game. This game uses a node system. I have read some stuff about it, and so the figures move from node to node. I don't know if that's good or bad or not. I know that a lot of people like it and a lot of people don't like it, so we'll have to play it and see what we think. But so here's some of the different boards that you can play. So this looks like kind of a temple area. These are standard boards here, the ones that don't have skulls on them, and then the boss boards and the mini boss boards have a skull on them. So that's a standard board. I'll just I'll move some of these guys out of the way so we can get this on camera. There we go. The actual heroes and the monsters actually go on these nodes, and they move around these nodes, something like that. So I managed to knock over a skeleton here, so probably not too happy with me. Alright.
Does your character go on the node?
Yes, your characters move around the nodes. That's how they move.
And so does the enemies?
Yes. Here's another, it looks like a standard room node. Okay, here's a boss node or a mini boss node, because you can see it's got the skull on it. I'm actually going to turn it around so it's facing the right direction. So it has the skull on it there. This board is something Newt's going to be able to tell you about, because as soon as he sees it, he's going to know what it is. Tell him what this is.
Yeah, this is the, it looks like your Firelink Shrine.
It is.
In Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 is a little bit different in Fire, but it resembles it a lot, and I like how they have the souls flying around over here.
Yep.
They have, that really irritates me. I can't remember his name.
The blacksmith, but I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah, it'll come to me.
Anyway, when you die, you actually go to this tile.
Your bonfire.
Yeah, there's the bonfire. So when you die, you go to this tile, and you can spend souls here to buy equipment and to equip stuff.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Here's another standard, looks like a standard tile that you would play through. This is another standard tile that you would play through. So as you're playing through the game, you go through these standard tiles. Here's I think this is a big boss tile. So I think this skull right here is for the big bosses. So you actually use 2 tiles, I'm pretty sure, when you get to a big super boss. And I think you have to use that in one of the other bosses. I think the super bosses actually come with a mini boss. So you got to fight a super boss and a mini boss at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Here's another standard tile. And here's another standard tile. And then we've got some punch-out boards, I think, for the last part. So we'll just go through some of these punch-out boards. So here's the assassin board. And you punch out these little things, and this is where your cubes go. This is your stamina cubes, your life cubes, and then you can actually upgrade your guy. And as you upgrade your guy, you get to use more powerful equipment. So that one guy was an assassin, not a thief, I think.
Okay.
We've also got some tokens here, some fireball tokens, and probably some damage tokens on here. This one is the warrior board, similar to the assassin board. We've also got what looks like a chest token here, and this is the Estus flask.
Estus flask.
Estus flask, and you drink that when you die, and it will save your life. And then we've got some other.
Well, you drink that before you die, and keep you alive.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't resurrect with that, right?
No. That's a healing potion.
And then these are the souls, I think. So these are soul tokens to keep track of how many souls that you've gotten in the game.
Cool.
This is the Herald board.
Okay, so that's what that was.
Yeah, and looks like some more soul tokens and damage tokens and everything. So, Herald board. Maybe some poison tokens there, I'm not sure. Here is the Knight board, and it looks like some web tokens, another chest token, a couple door tokens, and barrel tokens. Yeah, I've seen some barrel tokens on the other ones as well. And then you've got your dial punch outs, and so these dials you put together and you can use them to keep track of, I think, the life of the different creatures and everything. You've also got some battle tokens here, it looks like, some Estus flasks tokens. Does any of this other stuff look familiar to you? I know these are your the little vessel,
they call it the darn it. And these are the rusted coin. I'll get back to this. Rusted coin.
Looks like a watch.
Yeah.
I think these are double-sided. I think that like some of them you use them and then they show you. See, that shows the Estus flask empty. So, so this one you have the Estus flask, and then when you use it, you flip it over and it's empty. I think there's some things where you can actually use them, and when you use them, it actually you use half or something. Let's see.
This is what you use to restore yourself back to your humanity. This is like a human effigy.
Oh, okay.
Humanity.
And what about
that's what that is.
What about this watch here? What is it?
The watch? I don't. Let me see. No, I don't recall the watch. I probably didn't. It might be like a, I don't know, a PvP type of thing. I don't know what this would be. So.
Not sure either.
No.
So there's some plastic bits, and I'm not sure what I did with them, but I saw them when I originally opened it to actually put these dials together. These kind of remind me of X-Wing or something like that, where you have these dials that you can put together, but that's pretty much it. That's all that's in the box. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. I hope if you kickstarted this game that you actually have gotten your copy already. I know that for me, I actually got my copy at my old house one day before I did not have access to that house anymore, so I just barely got it.
Getting close.
Yeah, well, it got really close. I actually expected it to come about a week ago, but it didn't. It just came yesterday, and tomorrow I actually close on my old house and will not have access to that location anymore, so I just made it. So I'm very happy to have this game. I'm going to read the rules, and then hopefully Newt and I will sit down and play this game, and we will record it. We'll record us playing, and then we will let you know what our thoughts are on gameplay. But so far as quality and workmanship and being, solid to the actual video game, what do you think?
Oh, I think it's really good. I'd say it's probably 10 out of 10. I mean, all the creatures and enemies and bosses and even your characters, like they all look like the characters in the game, and just for my lack of remembering some stuff, that's my own fault. But yeah, the human effigies look just like it, the Estus flasks, and it seems like I like that tile that was the tile with the blacksmith, which I want to say his name was Blacksmith Artorias. For some reason it's not coming to me. I don't know. I haven't played these games for probably about getting close to a year now. It's been a while, but yeah, this is the lady in black. She'll level you up, and then there's where you can go to the bonfire. It looks like that kind of looks to me like a statue of Ornstein, but
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, which I don't. That's kind of odd, but they made it really cool. Adding in this part that kind of reminds me of a part in Demon Souls where there's all these souls flying around in the in like the hole of a temple. So.
Well, everything looks good. We really like the quality and the components of the game. I know there's been some people who've played the game who have mixed feelings about how the gameplay goes, but we haven't played it yet, so we're going to reserve the right to criticize until we get to something that we don't like. So we'll go ahead and learn how to play. We'll play, we'll make another video, and we'll put that out there as soon as we possibly can. But thanks for watching, and I hope if you kickstarted this, you've got your copy. And if you haven't, it should be here anytime now, and I hope this kind of helped you to see what's going to be in your copy until you get your copy. And if you're looking at buying this at retail, we should be able to let you know if it's a good game in the next few days. So anyway, I'm Tom Sidener, the Lone Gamer. This is Newt Sidener, my son, and we thank you for watching our video. And until we see you again, happy gaming.